Today we are discussing very basic batters. The basic batter is made with 1 cup of milk, 1 egg, and 1 cup of flour. Don't forget that you need to season the flour. That means to add some salt and pepper to it. Otherwise you're going to get no flavor out whatever it is you're battering. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to beat the egg and the milk together, and then we're going to add it to the flour. Now, just a word on the liquid part of this operation. You can start to substitute what it is that liquid is. The proportion is important, but you can use milk, you can use water, you can use beer, you can use wine, you can use fruit juice, you can use literally anything to make the liquid part of the batter up. Okay, so beat the liquid with the egg, in this case milk, add it to the flour and beat it until smooth. If you're doing a lot of this, use an electric mixer. If you're using just a little bit of it, then do it by hand. Now, let's just talk about the flour part of this. Once you've mastered the basic techniques, you can then start to change the flour as well. You can use rice flour, you can use corn flour, you can use rye flour, you can use whole grain flour like a nutty wheat. You can use a whole bunch of different things to make your batter out of. One of the important things you must remember, and I've said this before, is you need to remember to season it, because there is actually flavor in the flour, but you need to do quite a bit of work to get that flavor out. The next thing you must do is strain out the lumps. It is almost impossible unless you use a very big industrial mixer to beat all of the lumps out. So you always end up with this little stodgy bit in the bottom of the strainer, and you can push that through, but for the small amount that I'll be doing today, I'm really not going to bother. For technical reasons, you will find that the batter doesn't really stick very well to the vegetables. So what you do first is you roll the vegetables in flour, which will stick quite nicely to the vegetables, and then you're going to dip the floured vegetables into the batter, because the batter will then stick to the flour. So, yeah. Now I recommend what you do is always use the same kind of flour for the dusting purposes that we're performing here as you used for the actual batter. But you might make a batter with rye flour for somebody who's gluten intolerant, and then you use normal wheat flour to do this with, and they have an allergic reaction and you can't understand why. Okay, we're going to shift to the deep fryer now, and just a quick word on oils. Palm oil is very good, but it is quite expensive, and I haven't seen it in small enough bottles that you can buy it commercially. And to sit with 25 liters of palm oil unless you deep fry a lot of stuff is pretty useless. The best type of oil that I use I get from the Chinese markets, and it's peanut oil. Just check that no one in the family is actually peanut intolerant, because you don't want them to go into shock when they eat something that is deep fried. Now, peanut oil gets good and hot. It's got a very high flash point. That means it bursts into flames all on its own at a very high temperature. You want to heat this oil to about 170 to 180 degrees, and you want to keep it that temperature. So you're going to deep fry things in relatively small batches. Now, this deep fryer is quite a big deep fryer. It takes about 5 liters of oil. So you can put quite a bit of speed into it. But if you do put too much speed into your deep fryer, the temperature will drop, and you'll have a situation where your food then starts to absorb oil. If the oil is hot enough, the food shouldn't absorb any oil. Now, the function of the batter is to protect the food from the oil. That's why things will always batter these crumbs back in the back wing. But now we've realized that if you flavor the batter, you can actually change it quite substantially. Okay, so there's no way to do this other than to dip, take off the excess, and pop in. If you get a little bit of batter on your fingers, that's a good thing. It also protects you from accidentally sticking your fingers into the oil if your attention should wander to the phenomenon. The water on that batter on your fingers is actually creating a sticky coat around your fingers. Now you'll notice all along I shake the basket in the tip fry. That is to loosen the batter that is sunk, the food that is sunk to the bottom of the basket. So if you put it, cold things go down, hot things go up. So as they warm up to the same temperature as the oil, they rise to the top. If they stay on the bottom, they might actually stick to the basket and you get the funny little crisscross pattern on them. But it does stop them from rising and then rolling over so that they're browned on all sides. There's nothing worse than undercooked batter because then all you taste is the flour, which is not really all that nice. Okay, so shake it regularly and if necessary use a pair of tongs to turn it over. Remember that this oil is extremely hot. It will give you quite an ugly burn. Should you burn yourself, stick your hand under the cold water tap until you can find some out. That actually stops the burning process, stops the hot. The worst thing you can do is the old wife say, which is grab your earlobe. So now you have a burnt finger and a burnt earlobe. Quite funny to watch, but extremely painful if you happen to do it to yourself. Okay, so I'm going to eat these pretty much straight away. So I'm going to stick them straight into a bowl without dipping them on or without draining them on absorbent paper. Comes under brand name of Colton Roll in South Africa, but you can use any absorbent kitchen paper. Arrange them quickly. I find these are really brilliant if you eat them straight away. My personal trainer probably thinks I shouldn't be eating anything that has carbs in it, but I really enjoy this one. Now you can use this batter method on meat, you can use it on red meat, chickens, poultry, all sorts of things. Don't forget that you can flavor the batter. Think herbs, summer is coming, and to make a battered something just as a quick meal is really nice way of thinking. I hope you enjoy this. Thank you so much.